Hi, I'm Kendall,
Hi, I'm Mandy, and we're
the Bookish Besties. So today it's my pick day. And Mandy, I got you a romance book.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm prepared.
All right. So this book
Because I'm a princess.
is you. Have you heard about this show on Netflix?
I have.
You have. What do you know about it?
I hear it all over Book Talk and TikTok and all of the above that it's like a romance, but they kill people.
Look at her struggle, y'all. Look at her struggle. Okay.
They kill people?
Well, I have some good news for you. The word orgasm is on page 4.
Oh, great.
Yep. So it is romantic in nature. It is about Joe Goldberg, who works in a bookstore. He works in a bookstore.
All my favorite things. My favorite things.
Check. And he is a
so
romantic.
So far, I should love this book.
Yeah, he's a romantic at heart. He wants to wine and dine women. He's just looking for the love of his life. Like, just, he wants to love and be loved.
Oh, how sweet.
It is. It's very sweet. So he meets Beck at his bookstore that he works at. And,
they must fall in love.
Joe falls in love. So he falls hard for Beck. He really does. Not a spoiler alert. But he can be a little attached. And he might take things too far. So here's like a little bit of a spoiler. If you want to go ahead and like pause, I'll wait because we're gonna really dive into Joe's mechanics here. So if you're like, I don't want to hear anything about that, I'm already done. Pause. Joe's a stalker.
Sorry, I'll cut that. I'll have to put a beep over that. My bad. Can I tell you what's really horrible about that? Is as someone who's read a plethora of romance novels, stalker doesn't always necessarily believe that it's not attractive. But anyway,
yeah,
I know.
So that's the thing. Like, I knew, like, I was like, there's gonna be a point where she's gonna be really suspicious of me because everything really does sound like a romance book. Like, oh, it's like I work in a bookshop trope, No. So this is actually written from the point of view from Joe.
Okay.
As he attaches himself to Beck and Beck's life. And it's written from his point of view to kind of make you want to root for him every once in a while.
Okay.
And it's like, because you see from his point of view, like, stealing her cell phone to read her emails. He just wants to be engaged in her life and make sure her friends are really good for her. And, her relationship with her mom, is that really healthy for her? What can he do to be a better boyfriend for her when she realizes that he's her guy? It in the beginning, like, it really makes you want to root for the stalker.
Like, it makes you believe, like, you want to root for him instead because you're in his head.
Right, and you see that positive intent, and it's kind of like, because I've read a few thrillers where it's a stalker theme, but it's from the victim's point of view of like how traumatic it is from them. But it's really interesting, and that's why I'm rating this one so highly. It's because it's from his point of view. And I did watch the Netflix show, and it is kind of spot on. There's some places where obviously they deviate because of creative licensing and all that. But I have to say, the actor that plays Joe is like really spot on. And I know I'm a little backwards because I watched the Netflix show before reading the book, but that's why I wanted to read the book. And I really actually think you'll like it because he has pure intent, and he explains himself the whole time like, oh, Beck, like, I'm doing this for you because of this, and when we're married and when we have children and when we settle down, it's going to be amazing, and this is why. And it is kind of romantic in a really sick and sadistic way, but I think this is how I can get you into the psychological thriller genre, because it has the promise of, like, he pursues her and he's romantic with her, and all of these things happen that are great for them in that moment. And
this sounds like something I would read.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna have to try it.
How'd I do, like, with my first one?
I think it's pretty good. You led me on a good merry chase. I had the ears ready. I was prepared for you to bring something out.
No, we're gonna
with some. I'll just go ahead and.
We gotta ease you into the water. This is a good starter. This is a really good starter.
I promise. We'll come back to you when I make her read something really romantic. All right.
I think this one is a good wade into the water. It has that romance side of things and the positive, happy vibes that you're searching for, but it does have a little bit of like the beeped out shit.
I'm excited. I truly am. I'd heard about this on Netflix and everything like that, and everyone raves and talks about it. I think this is a very good choice for me to kind of ease into with some of this stuff. Um, and my only big question for you is, we'll talk about is, if you could rate this out of 5 stars, how many stars would you give this?
I will give it a 4, but here's the thing. So if you're like a diehard thriller lover, you may not like this because it does have like this Gossip Girl-y vibe to it. It's a little immature. But if you go into it with like the concept of this is just going to be like a fun, lighthearted thriller read, you'll be, pleasantly surprised. If you're a diehard thriller lover and you're like a detective mystery, like this is not for you. I give this a 4 out of 5 just because I really liked the fact that it was from his point of view.
Yeah.
And I saw the mechanics behind what he was doing and why and how dedicated he could be for Beck. But I still, even though I watched the Netflix show, it's different. It is different, but I still guessed the ending, so I didn't give it the perfect. But it was a very enjoyable thriller, and I haven't had that in a bit. So,
all right, been given the
Joe would die if he saw this right now.
The Mandy approval.
Joe would die if he saw this right now. Like, if you know, you know. Like, this would not go over well.
I'm gonna read it.
I'm holding you to that. I'm holding you to this.
I'm gonna do it, and we'll talk about what I thought. And did I have nightmares?
Probably.
Bye.
Bye.